SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show. In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee. Where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter, and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
Are you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
Hey, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to another episode of SportsCast Live. I'm your host, Jeremy Buckelew. Got a great show for you again here this week with some good guests, and we're going to talk a little more Henry County Quarterback Club and football and whatever else we can think to talk about. But first, I do want to say thank you to our sponsors for bringing you SportsCast each and every week. Thanks to Taters out on the Lake Highway. I had taters for supper on Friday night, and it was amazing as always. Always go to the fried pickles and a smash burger with fries, and it's amazing each and every time I have it. The kids like the garlic cheese curds, and buffalo chicken sandwich is really good. Their sandwiches are always top notch, and so that's Taters out on the Lake Highway. Don't forget they also have the bike shop out there, and so if you've got a motorcycle or something like that you need worked on, you can take it out there, drop it off with them, grab you a bite to eat. But it's good food, fun atmosphere, great folks, and so and like I said, they've been a sponsor of the show from day one. So thank you to Taters. I also want to say thanks to All Star Fence and Jeff Archie and his crew. Anytime you need some fence work done or dog runs or anything fence related, give them a call. They can help you out, get you set up for whatever you need, and recommend something probably make your project even better. But that's All Star Fence and Jeff Archie and his crew. We appreciate them. I want to say thank you to the Peddler Advantage for helping us out. They run, if you're familiar with the Peddler, you know, they've been around for a really long time and are still printing papers every week, and put an ad in our paper, or put our ads in there, and you can find the weekly rundown for the My Paris TV shows and what you can find on there, and that'll be in the Paris or the Peddler Advantage each and every week. And then I want to say thank you also to TEC for bringing high-speed fiber internet to the studio. They take care of all of our internet needs here. They can help you out as well, so get in touch with them and get you some of that high-speed fiber internet that is in Paris and Henry County now. Glad to be back live this week with you. Had a week off last Sunday. Had a pre-recorded show because the production team had some other stuff going on, and so. But it's good to be back here at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios live, and again got some great guys. Going to go ahead and introduce them. Ashton Cate and Brett Stoots from the Henry County Quarterback Club are here with us, and Athletic Director Steve Summers has dropped in as well to tell us what's going on with Henry County sports and just join in the conversation. And so, guys, glad to have all of y'all with us this week. Ashton, you're from here, and so people familiar with you. Brett, tell us a little bit about yourself so that people kind of know who is Brett Stoots.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us, Jeremy. Brett Stoots, born and raised in Haywood County.
Okay.
Don't hold that against me. I wore red this year, I swear.
You did.
But born and raised in Haywood County, played some college ball at Rhodes College in Memphis. And then I guess I'm a parasite, I guess is the right term, not a Parisian.
I was about to say it. You weren't.
But moved to Paris, Henry County in 2019, work at Commercial Bank. And football has just always been a great passion of mine. Got involved with the Pop Warner Association, coached for about 5 years there. And then John and Andy and Darren, they kind of coerced Ashton and I to come on board with the quarterback club last year. And it's been a fun ride. Like I said, football has played a big role in my life.
Sure.
So want to make sure that I'm giving back to the kids of this community in that same capacity.
Well, we're glad to have you, and glad you were able to join us tonight, but also glad to have you with everything you're doing in the community here. It doesn't take long. You see it all the time of folks coming to Henry County and getting involved, and we're appreciative of those folks because it's guys like that make these programs work as well as they do. And so going to go around the table like we do every week. Best thing you've seen this week. Ashton, we'll start with you.
It's funny because I was talking to Jeremy and everyone earlier. It's like I'm a Steelers fan and a Tennessee fan, and they gave me nothing to cheer about this past week. However, I will say, and keep it in the sports world, MLB postseason, Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, my goodness.
Was it 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, and then 3 home runs to send the Dodgers to the World Series? That's a modern-day Babe Ruth and probably a player we will not ever get to see like that again. So it was really cool to say, hey, I'm alive right now in the age of Shohei Ohtani playing.
A couple weeks ago, I had Will and Coach Poole and Coach Haidon and Griffin, and we just talked about just sports stuff and just had different ideas. And one of mine that I was kicking around was who's the greatest athlete to have played sports overall. And so, you have my argument, I was going to say Bo Jackson, maybe the greatest athlete to ever play the game, baseball, football, what he did. Obviously, Dion can be in the conversation, I guess. But what Ohtani is doing this year, and just since he has come on the scene in Major League Baseball, is just unbelievable. And you're right. I was telling Case the other night, he's not even a baseball fan, but we were talking about Shohei's game.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like anybody, if you're not even a fan of baseball, you just have an admiration. And I feel like anyone who's not a baseball fan has never kept up with it. You need to at least keep up with film because it's crazy to watch.
It's insane. That's a good one. Coach?
That was a really good one. The best thing that I saw, is not going to make some fans happy, but he's a local boy or kind of a local young man, and that's the way Ty Simpson throws the football. Mm-hmm. He throws it. I don't know any other way to describe it other than he throws it like a man. I mean, I got 2 weeks ago. I guess they were playing Vandy. I stopped watching the game. We just back it up just to watch his throw in motion and the way he throws the football. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. That was a really cool thing watching last night was being like, of course, it stunk watching Tennessee lose, but also seeing Ty Simpson, more of a local guy, go out there and do it on the big stage is really cool to watch.
I was gonna say, it's always fun to see local guys do well, and I'm not the biggest Alabama fan, but it is cool to see him and what he has been able to do, and I had Josh Greer on the show one time. He's like, well, the way that he gets into all those he said, I just took a chance. I reached out to somebody. And so I have reached out to Ty Simpson about being on the show. I have not heard from him. Apparently he is busy with other stuff.
I can't imagine.
You may have to up the NIL deal.
I guess so. But anyway, maybe one of these days when he is back in West Tennessee for a little bit, he can stop by the Brewer Street Mafia Studios and we can sit down and have a talk. I'm not going to hold my breath, but you never know. But it is good to see local guys doing really, really well. So.
I'm going to go a little personal on mine.
Okay.
My wife went out of town on a work trip this week, so I had our 16-month-old daughter for a couple of nights by myself. And so Thursday night when Eliza pulled back in the driveway, that was the best thing that I've seen this week.
Hey, you've been there, right? We've all been there. That's a good one, too.
She stayed alive the whole time.
That's right,
That's right.
it was a successful weekend or however long, and so that's awesome. So 16 months.
Yep.
That your first one?
It is.
Okay, so you're learning the ropes, but far along in it now that you probably feel pretty comfortable at what you're doing.
Absolutely. It's fun. It's been a fun ride.
Being a girl dad's great, and of course we got 2 boys and a girl, and they're all amazing, and so that's amazing. My advice to you as an old parent is like I wish I could go back and remember like what the kids were like when they were that age. Like, and I can, like things stick out, but it goes by so quick. I know you heard that, and everybody says that, but I'm telling you, it goes by so quick that you blink and it's over with. And so, anyway, but that's awesome. For mine, I'm going to go with the middle school Lady Patriot soccer team winning the state championship. They're actually Coach Hayes is going to be on the show next week. And so they won that. And then the special needs football team, Special Olympics football team won yesterday. Awesome. And so they now have championships in basketball and flag football. Yeah. And so Coach Ray Anderson working with them. And so several of those guys have been on my show before. And probably try to get some of them back on. Hope to have Ray come on and talk about that program and stuff, same that Rodney and Jamie awesome. Did. But yeah, they won the state championship in flag football yesterday, and so that's what I'm going with for the best thing I've seen this week anyway. So always fun. Again, love seeing our kids do great things. And I tell you, I guess a couple weeks ago, Coach Summers, I said it to somebody, it was a really good week to be a Patriot. Like we won football, won soccer, won middle school soccer. Yep. I don't think we lost anything that week. Inman football won, finished. And so anyway, we're going to get to the schedule here in a little bit. But for now, Ashton, had you guys on, we were looking at the board back in June, I guess, before the season really got started, and had some of the old heads, John and Andy, and you came on, but you guys are new to this for the most part, and so I just wanted to have you guys come on and give your perspective and talk about some of the things like what you've seen, what you've noticed, what you've enjoyed, and then just how the year's gone for y'all in your first year really taking the reins of the quarterback club.
Absolutely. I had no idea what I was getting into when Andy and John approached me about helping out with the quarterback club. But kind of like Brett was saying, football had meant so much to me that I wanted to, and growing up here, and I knew who all poured into me and who poured into this program. I mean, High Coach Summers is my coach, so we had a good time there. But just understanding that so much goes into it behind the scenes, I think you realize that more the older you get, and you appreciate that more. But just having that, like Brett saying, having the opportunity to pour into these guys. I'm not there in a coaching capacity, but how can I help through the community and giving these guys the support that they need, and to give them the best experience they can have possible and set them up for success in their futures as well.
So you had mentioned, of course, you played for Henry County. We have some pictures that I grabbed off of your Facebook page from back in the day when you were a Patriot.
You had to go back real far for those.
I think it was the 2013 season, the entire clip we saw. But so there you are, number 4. I love the face mask. I was going to say, Cade had a similar face mask. I don't know if he got the motivation from you to get that face mask.
Were in style back then.
Yeah.
That was the face mask everyone. I think Justin Tuck or someone from the Giants had that early on, and everyone else wanted it after that.
But that's they're number 41. Tackle there in the Ridgeway game, which was always a tough contest back in the day. Anytime the Roadrunners came to Henry County, it was a good scrappy match. And then they're on the bottom, you and Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
Hosting.
You can hardly even recognize Griffin
there. Lots changed. And for the better for Griffin, though. I mean, he's in better shape now than he was back then, I'm sure. But I found I had asked you, had reached out to you at some point back in the June show. I think, this is just Jeremy's opinion, and we can discuss, and y'all can agree or disagree, but that bottom right photo, I think, is the most iconic Henry County football photo that has ever been taken, because that shows what you're going to get when Henry County comes calling. Now, the top photo on the right is kind of the wide view of that, but somebody was able to capture that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ashton. You kind of make up your own memories as you go, but I remember his helmet getting knocked off. Is his mouthpiece, like, if that photo were to expand?
I think it's a jaw pad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the jaw pad.
All right.
It's in the air.
It's in the air, suspended. Yes. I knew something was. I thought it was his mouthpiece. But, that was the state championship game in 2013 against Knox West.
Which is crazy, too, because it felt like they were running at will all over us for the first few bits of that game. And so finally being able to lay the hit on him, which I think Nathan Cottrell, number 5, I think he went on to play college ball at Georgia Tech or something like that. But so. Yeah, they were a really good team, and that veer they ran it's hard to prepare for for a week of preparation. That was hard to prepare for the speed they hit with
late in the year, because you're not changing anything, and you either
No.
know about it or you don't.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, so yeah, it is hard.
Well, again, when I saw that photo years ago, I thought, man, that is, and just the more that I think about it, I don't think there is a more this is Henry County football photo than that photo right there.
And I love, too, I mean, you got other guys all in on that tackle, too. I know we always talked about swarming as a defense and being able to everyone kind of doing their job together on that one. You just see everyone lined up to swarm on that defense.
Yeah. I didn't want to leave Brett out, and so you said you played for Rhodes.
I did.
Right? And so we have some photos of you back in
I'm
your
ready to see
college playing days. And so there's a young Brett. What
Nice.
What was that like? I mean, Rhodes is a
good number
I mean, that's
Was that your number?
Was that your number, Coach?
in high school.
Okay. So, but I mean, playing at the college level is pretty impressive, no matter where you do it. And at Rhodes College, because they don't let just anybody in at Rhodes, right?
Yeah,
and,
it was a great experience. Got to play, got a great education.
Yeah.
As you kind of alluded to, met a lot of great people during that process. Jay Travis, Henry County Patriot, he was on the team with me while we were at Rhodes. It was a lot of fun. I was blessed. I got to play kind of all 4 years, kind of right there, right time kind of situation. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. So we
No black and white pictures of me.
no black and white, not this show, Coach. We'll find some more from when you were on earlier.
Save the history lesson for later.
What? So back to the quarterback club. So, what do y'all feel? I know, again, growing up here, being involved, what made y'all want to step into it? Because Brett, you're the president now this year. I know you have a lot of help, but taking on the president title, a lot of responsibility comes with that. Ashton, you're the treasurer. Mm-hmm. And so, what made y'all decide, hey, yeah, now's the time that we're going to step up and do this? And
yeah, I think as both of us mentioned, it was just kind of the time for us to pour back into these kids and kind of give them the experience that we had growing up.
Sure.
As you mentioned, we've got a great group. We operate by committee, I would say. Just because I'm president and Ashton's treasurer, we're all throwing in and doing it all. But I think just giving these kids the big time experience that we had when we were growing up, and in a lot of ways, I think it's very neat what we're able to do, as far as travel experience and meals and what we're able to do during camp for them. Just to make them have the best experience possible.
I agree, and I always have said getting into coaching would be fun, but as a father of a 4-year-old and a 8-month-old, I think quarterback club's more my speed at this time of life. Being able to have the support of everybody, and that's something I think Andy and John really emphasized to us, is that we want to make this more of a team thing, because I think for so long those two had shouldered a lot of the load,
right? And
being able to say, how can we lighten this load for everybody a little bit? How can we make this better? And I think, and it's really cool, I think, too, just from Brett having an outside experience too. He can come in with new eyes to what Henry County football can be and how we can grow that. And I think just being able to come from different places and avenues, have different perspectives on how we can help improve and help support the team.
Does anything surprised y'all?
There's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes. We work close with Coach Summers a lot during the season, but just, planning for transportation for each game. There's a lot of logistics that
we
go
were
into
planning
that.
what in May.
Yeah.
We were meeting in May to discuss planning out everything in the fall.
Yeah.
And so starting then, I feel like we had a lot of things mapped out already of how are we traveling this week? How's the team going to travel? Where are we going to eat? Who's going to feed the team?
Right.
Just mapping all that out early on was key. But how early we get into that was surprising.
Yeah. And I think we discussed it a little bit when John and Andy and you guys were on, but I don't think people understand what it takes for the quarterback club to be successful, because they see this stuff, and I don't mean this ugly against anybody, but it's like they think this stuff just automatically happens. And I'm like, no, you got people behind the scenes. You have people fundraising. You have people giving to the football team. You have people going above and beyond what people realize they do. And it's not just, somebody snaps their fingers and there's 3 charter buses and meals. And so they got the mission statement there about what the goal is and what y'all do. But I think that a lot of folks, and Brett especially, so were you at Haywood County?
I was.
And so you've seen that program, and now being here at Henry County, I don't know what the support for Haywood County is like, but everybody always talks about Henry County. When you come here, it's just different, and I think that a lot of people take that for granted.
Yeah, no, it's a first class experience, no doubt. I would frame it in a lot of ways similar to what I experienced when I played at Rhodes. Just with the travel and having meals ready for you, and just the amount of excitement and things that are there, and had some friends come up for the Haywood County game this year, and all of them said, man, the facilities are phenomenal.
Right.
You walk in, and that's what Friday night football is supposed to feel like. So it's a first class experience, no doubt.
I tell people all the time, and I guess I need to tell our kids more than I just tell folks, but on the radio I'll mention it several times a year, but the people who aren't from Henry County, like our kid, when they go other places, I hope that they realize how blessed they are to play for Henry County, whether that be whatever it is, because you don't see the support that you see in Henry County, both outside the program and on like game day and stuff like that. And again, I'm not here to bash or knock anybody's school or program. It's just, there's something about this place that's special. The facilities are all top notch. You don't get that everywhere. Like sometimes we'll go play soccer and it feels like they're running in a cow pasture, literally. And I mean, we've got the turf field, but we have an outstanding grass soccer complex that I know was used a couple weeks ago. The baseball facility and the softball and all of that just right there on campus, and people don't understand how lucky they've got it when they play for Henry County, because it's almost like they're spoiled. And I think a lot of times with the quarterback close the same way, people don't understand all the work that goes into what you guys have to pull off for 10 weeks a year, hopefully more than that, but at a bare minimum 10 weeks of the year.
Yeah, no, you mentioned it. We've had fundraisers throughout the year. There's a lot of work that goes into that, a lot of facilitation. The parents do a lot of great work in helping us with that. We had the detergent sale kind of before the season started. We've got Boston Butt Sale coming up.
Okay.
I'll kind of pitch that right now.
Go for it. Pitch it.
That'll be coming up. We'll probably drop ticket sales this week, $40 for Boston Butt, and we'll have those available kind of the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay, now explain that, because I'll be honest, I haven't bought a Boston Butt just because we're not huge Boston Butt folks at my house, but my understanding, those are pre-cooked.
They are.
Like you just pick them up, they're ready to go. You don't have to do any of the work.
It is the easiest cooking you'll ever do in your life.
So you just heat it back up if you want to, and
you can cook it. You can cook it.
You just put it in some water and boil it, and I took it to a family Thanksgiving, and people were like, "Ashton, you made this?" It's like,
yes, I did.
Yeah, I did.
So that probably this week would be
we'll
dropping.
drop tickets for that. Steak night coming up.
I love steak night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm not going to interrupt steak night, but I've been to like every steak night in like the past, I don't know, 15 years, something like that. And so I was thinking, Dave, like, all right, who's going to ask me to go to state? Like, people think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
and Ashton, maybe you want to kind of expand, on what steak night is. And I'll just say, me coming from the outside in, that was probably one of the neatest things that I got involved with early on before joining the quarterback club. You want to touch on?
Yeah, and I'll start from even my time as a former player, like going through steak night. It was a really cool opportunity to be able to pick someone out in the community and ask. And it's such an honor to go with somebody who's poured into me and say, hey, here's an opportunity for you to give back. Would you go to steak night with me? And the one guy I took is Bob Wagner. Grew up with church with him. He's since passed away, but I remember every Sunday after church, he'd always come to me asking about the game on Friday. We'd always talk about the game. And so it's the relationships you build with the people in the community. It's the opportunity for the players to go out and thank the people in the community for their support. I think it's for people who get invited, it's an honor for them to be invited by a player.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I started the exact same way. Griffin asked me his senior year so that would have been 2013. That was the first one I went to. And so it seems like so much longer than that, but I guess that's 12 years, if my math is right. Anyway, went to church, and like when he asked me, it was such a big deal to me that I thought he was joking. Like I thought he was just messing with me about getting to go to steak night, because I knew about steak night, and I just
you hear about it.
You hear about it. I was waiting for somebody to ask me, and Griff was like, "Hey man, will you take me to steak night?" And I was like, yeah, that's good. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, are you serious? And I've been blessed. Like I think I've only missed one since 2013. And so this is selfish of me, but this is my pitch right now. Last year, I had a young man call me. The gentleman I took last year called me. He said, I was having trouble finding someone, and Coach Count said that if I called you, you would probably go if you were available. And I said, absolutely. And so I went, awesome. And that's why my name's on the list. And so if anybody out there needs a sponsor for steak night, my name's on the list. Just give me a call.
And same thing too. If you're listening here and you feel the need, you would like to possibly take someone to steak night, let us know too, because there's a lot of players who are looking to find people in the community to take to steak night. And so feel free to reach out and let us know. We'll gladly find you a player to match with.
Yeah, absolutely. So sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I love steak night. I like you said, I know a lot of it's unique. A lot of when the speakers come in, they're like, man, this is such a cool deal that y'all do. I don't know of anybody else that does this. Yep. And so it's awesome. I love steak night.
Yep. No, that's a great event. One thing we hadn't mentioned were concessions. That's a big deal. We have a lot of great community involvement in helping us do those each week. This year we've had Kiwanis, the Lions Club, Rotary Club, Henry County Leadership, alumni. I think we're doing it this week. And then TVCC, I think maybe for the final game. Okay. So thank you to all those organizations.
And one thing I want to say about concessions too is I know it's not the easiest job, it's not the most glamorous job, that's for sure, but I think it's a really cool opportunity for a lot of these organizations in the community to show what Henry County hospitality is all about, because you have all these people, and right now with the way the new concessions is situated, you're closer to the visitor side, and so being able to show some Henry County hospitality to the visiting team and the fans we have, I think it's a really cool opportunity to volunteer. And so if you have a group or organization that's ever interested in that, also reach out to us for that too, because I think it's a really cool way to give back to the community and share with the team, and kind of you can have the opportunity to share what your organization's about too. So.
That's right.
Speaking and talking about concessions as well, got 2 more weeks guaranteed of home football games. I think if we win this Friday night, we should be locked up for 1 or 2, and then we'll end up playing if we win for a region championship against Kirkwood
and
on
you're
Halloween
playing
night.
For a lot more than just a region championship.
So talk about that, because we were kind of discussing that before we came on the air. Tell you what, let's do this. Let's take a break because we got to get a mid-show break in. It's been 30 minutes already. Let's take a break, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll come back. We'll hear from Coach Summers, and then we'll talk about wrapping up this season with how important it is, not only from a concession, but just the playoff picture and what it's going to look like. Hear from our sponsors. We'll be back right after this. Y'all stay with us.
In a world that moves way too fast, there's one place that feels like home. Tater's Place in Paris, Tennessee, where the sizzle of a smash burger meets the sound of laughter and every plate tells a story. Bring the family, make memories, and taste the love in every bite. Live music, real people, and unforgettable food. That's Tater's Place, 3615 Highway 79 North. Find the flavor you've been missing at Tater's Place. Come and feel what you've been hungry for.
Are you looking for a fence that gives you peace of mind? At All Star Fence Company, we don't just build fences, we build confidence. Whether it's keeping your family safe, protecting your property, or simply adding curb appeal, All Star delivers unmatched quality, dependable service, and lasting results. Locally owned and trusted across West Tennessee, Kentucky, and beyond, we're the name homeowners count on for reliability and strength since 1971. All Star Fence Company, your first line of defense and your best choice for peace of mind. Visit allstarfenceandsupply.com today.
Back here on SportsCast with Jeremy Buckelew. Got a great show coming up next week. We mentioned them earlier in the show, but the Lady Patriots middle school soccer team, Coach Alex Hayes, will be here with us. And I told her to ask her if she could come on, and invited her to bring whoever else was available. And so I'm hoping that we'll have Coach Alex and then the assistant coaches and maybe even some of the players come on next Sunday night to talk about their historic state championship win for the middle school Lady Patriot soccer team just a couple weeks ago. And so that photo down there on the ad says Region 7 champs, but they won that and then went on and won the state championship for middle school soccer as well. So congratulations to them. We'll hear from them next week about this season and the work that went into it. And y'all join us next Sunday night at 7:30 for that. Don't forget, on the Mike Weatherford Show this week, he has Bryce Hopkins coming on from TEC. I told you earlier also, TEC high-speed fiber internet is what we have here at the studio, and it works like a charm. And so Bryce is going to be on Mike's show this Tuesday night to talk about everything you wanted to know about fiber optic internet and we're afraid to ask. And so Streaming 101, that's Tuesday night at 7 o'clock on the Mike Weatherford Show over on his Facebook page. Give him a follow and a like if you haven't done so. And also, listen, if you haven't, I appreciate you tuning in each and every week, but if you haven't followed the show and liked it and followed it and all that, please go on Facebook and do that, because that's how we get our stuff out there. And listen, I don't do this content thing I just do it because I like talking and enjoy talking about sports and have fun doing it, and always, had this idea for some time. But if you're on Facebook, give me a like and a follow and all that, and it's much appreciated. So back here with members of the Henry County Quarterback Club, got Ashton Cate, Brett Stoots here with us. Real quick, going to talk about a busy week in Henry County for athletics. Coach Summer, you're coming off a fall break. You look well rested. Did you get any rest on fall break? Ashton and I were laughing. I think when we called him to see if he was going to stop by, we woke him up from his nap.
I just sat down. I just got finished eating a big bowl of banana pudding, so I was a little.
You didn't bring any for any of us?
None left. I mean, I'll see if I can get.
That's how banana pudding is at our house too. When it shows up, it doesn't stay long.
No,
so
it doesn't.
Anyway,
it was good.
Had a good fall break. But
yes,
back
fall
at it this
break.
week.
This past week we had no sporting event whatsoever going on, which is very rare. But we'll get it cranked back up starting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Pop Warner is going to be at Patriot Stadium for their Monday night football starting at 6. So as soon as the football team gets done practicing, they'll start warming up.
Okay.
And they'll play a game at 6 and then another game at 8, or right after that,
sure.
7:30. And then Tuesday night we have Inman will be playing at Barton Field for the second round of the playoffs, but we'll have our lady soccer team playing at Patriot Stadium, 6:30 kickoff. We need a big crowd there. Be great. This is the region semifinals.
Right.
This game is very pivotal of what happens with them the rest of the week. When we win it, we will play Thursday night, but that will be on the road. My email I sent out earlier this week says that it would be at home. It will be at Clarksville unless Dixon County beats Clarksville.
So we're playing Rossview Tuesday night. Who do we play Tuesday night?
Kirkwood.
Kirkwood. Okay.
We're playing Kirkwood Cobras.
Okay.
Tuesday night, and then when we win that one, we'll play at home if Dixon beats Clarksville, or we'll be on the road Thursday night in Clarksville.
So we need to be rooting for Dixon County, as tough as that may be to say for some folks, but you know, it'd be great to have 2 soccer games at home this week.
Absolutely. Well, and when we win, and then Thursday, win or lose, we will play Saturday.
Okay.
So got to get to Thursday,
right?
And then win or lose, we'll play Saturday, and it could be at home if we win Thursday.
Right.
If we lose Thursday, it'll be on the road. I don't know where, Munford, Brighton, somewhere down that way. So that's soccer for the week. Okay. And then on Friday night, of course, we have a homecoming football game. It's homecoming. Those festivities will start before the game, around 6:30. We'll do that. It's also Military Appreciation Night. So anybody with a military ID or in military uniform that night will be admitted free. 101st Airborne is going to be there to present the colors.
Nice. And
Jakari Ray, who played for us last year, is a member of that. So he will be back doing that. So that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
So that's what we got this week.
Okay.
I mean, look, yep, so it could be Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday.
Nice.
So, getting back into it.
There's a fun weeks at Henry County right
Absolutely.
there is when that's going on. And then won't be too long. You blink and it'll be basketball season.
That's right.
I think that starts November.
Yeah. And first game's November 22nd at home. I'll look just a second, make sure. But before that, thank y'all for what you do. Thanks for this little show and talking about things behind the scenes, getting this set up with your crew. And I mean, there is a lot to it. And the work that y'all do with the Football Booster Club and all of our booster clubs. Yeah. And you said something earlier, Jeremy, about people think people just snap their fingers and this stuff happens. That, to me, is the sign that the booster clubs are doing what they need to be doing, because things just happen. Y'all make it to where the coaches don't have to worry about a lot of those little things like travel plans and food plans. All of our booster clubs do. They do a great job with it. And that also allows the kids just to play. And you don't realize that, like you said, until after you're done playing, go, wow, all that had to be done for me. I didn't know any of that went on when I was playing. And that's the way it should be. So it's awesome, the job that all of our boosters do. So really appreciate it.
It is much appreciated. We appreciate you as well and the work that you do, because we go a lot of places, and sometimes it takes an act of Congress to get us through a gate, maybe, or something. And people I don't think they run into that problem here. So I know it's appreciated. And from this side of it, I appreciate the work that you do, and I appreciate you coming on every week and telling us what's going on.
I have a lot of help with it too, just like y'all do with the booster clubs. I mean, but it takes a lot of help, because there's a lot of moving pieces. Like y'all started planning for meals and travel and stuff in May, and don't forget about playoffs, because I've done that before. I forgot to have EMS up at the stadium last year for our first home playoff game, because I hadn't called him. I'd set it up for the whole year, but then I didn't and the referee broke his leg, so EMS wound up at the game, but they weren't sitting over there where they should have been. So that's scheduling people to work concession stands for playoffs at home. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that goes on with it, but it's good. Y'all doing a great job.
We try to plan for the most amount of home games possible. So
there you go.
That's what we want.
There you go. Well, and if we win, when we win this Friday night, that should ensure us at least one home playoff game. Mm-hmm. So we need big, huge crowds this Friday, and the next Friday we'll be at home. Will be senior night. It's also Halloween. There won't be any. It's not a public trunk or treat thing like that, but all of our clubs and school organizations are going to be set up on the practice field and have a little contest of who can decorate their tailgate area the best. So it'll be pretty fun.
A fun night.
And it'll be senior night too. So that'll be. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but that should be for the district for the region championship, and that would ensure us to be at home for the playoffs for the first 3 weeks, I believe. Yeah. So, and that's a big deal.
It is a big deal, because when you look at the new bracket
Yep.
There's a big difference in being the number one seed and winning your region and your path to a semifinal or a state championship versus being the two. And so it's a huge something to win out these next 2 weeks.
And it's hard to predict who will be there from the other regions, but we just got to take care of ourselves and put ourselves in the best possible situation that would be to win out.
Yeah. So y'all were talking about just the home games and how much they mean for y'all as the booster club because of the different like the concessions, for instance, and how pivotal that is in your fundraising and help in the playoffs. I'm sure because y'all, it's not like y'all. I mean, actually, you're the treasurer, but it's not like you store up. No. I mean, I know when I say that, that sounds dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not taking in all this money from concession and being like, oh well, we'll use this in 2 years, and you know what I mean? Like it's
straight back to the team, straight back to travel, it's straight back to meals and whatever else the guys might need. And so every home game is good for us. And it's also just, I think, good for the players, too. I think the routine and the logistics is just so much easier. And I think you get the better fan experience, too, here than traveling on the road somewhere. Like Bro said earlier, I feel like we have first-class facilities and first-class experience. And so being able to have that for more home games. I think I remember in, 2013, we had to go to a semifinal game at Northeast, and which thankfully Henry County traveled well, but they were not set up for a semifinal game at all. I'll say that. So being able to possibly host, I think it'd be up to 3 home playoff games if we win the region. The football team can't focus on that, but we can talk about that here. So
sure. Well, and again, not counting any chickens before they hatch, any of those old cliches, but Kenwood's a talented football team. But on paper, when you look at how we line up, and we should win that football game on Friday night. And so that will set up a region championship with what's, I think, the number 5 team in 5A in the state is what on the polls anyway. Now, again, I'm not knocking anybody. I don't know who Kirkwood has played. When you look at common opponents, Kirkwood beat Northeast 28-12. And so when I look at stuff like that, I'm like, okay, well, we're at least in the ballpark with them.
And I think, too, that's why you look at Henry County's schedule early on, and I think a lot of people say, oh, man, they had a hard time getting going. This team is a really good football team, and I want people to realize that we have a really good football team for people to come out and support, and they're really, really fun to watch. We schedule hard opponents for a reason to prepare us for these things.
I had that very conversation this morning at church with somebody. They were asking me, is it worth it to skate? And I said, absolutely it is, because we are prepared for whatever comes our way now.
And I would say, I think the team has gotten increasingly better each week. I think you've seen improvements each week from the guys and the coaching staff and everyone else. They've done a phenomenal job this year.
So, as far as the Booster Club, what have y'all learned this year? Like, what's something that you would say that coming in, you had these expectations, but you learned something new this year that maybe, again, not necessarily shocked you or surprised you, but just wasn't expecting maybe to some degree?
I think just from the outside looking in and being in Paris and Henry County for about 6 years now, I know how much of a close-knit community it is, but just the amount of support that there is for these kids and the programs, all the sports programs by the community. The number of advertisements and sponsors and donors that are willing to invest back in these kids for them to have a great experience. It's been phenomenal to see.
You don't have any living up to the past, the reputation that the quarterback club has? That's probably a pretty heavy weight sometimes, but y'all have handled it well.
We've had some good guidance. I'm sure we haven't messed anything up too crazy. I don't think. I think running Jamboree for the first time was probably the craziest experience that you and I got together. Was Andy and John are basically, here you go, take it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that is a pretty, logistical challenge as well. You've got, 8 teams coming in.
Right.
You're pulling in buses, getting equipment on and off the sideline.
So
it's a pretty fun experience.
And I know that we're going back weeks and weeks and weeks now, but so what's that planning process like? Because I've been around Henry County football for a long time. I have no idea how the jamboree gets planned and scheduled and all
absolutely.
that. What does that look like on paper? And
Yeah, I think early on a lot of it is John and Coach Wolf and Coach Summers as well, kind of identifying teams that want to come play. And then from there, we kind of start putting the matchups together, the timing. And then, now that we have enough from a kind of committee standpoint to operate it, each guy or on the quarterback club kind of has a team assigned for them. So when they come in on their bus, we park them. We introduce ourselves to the coaching staff. Welcome to Henry County. Let them know if they need anything. We're going to be there for them and be with them the whole night. And then, from there, it just kind of flows and runs.
yeah.
And like I talked about too with hospitality, we try to make, I think, what's unique about our jamboree is how easy it is for teams to participate in. There's not a ticket sale or anything that they have to do. There's not an allotted amount that they have to, you have to sell this amount to get this much money. It's very easy for them, and we kind of split everything up amongst the teams pretty evenly. And so, like I said, it's a really cool opportunity. And like I said, Brett, we try to make it as easy as possible for everybody who's in it.
Yeah. So, Brett, again, you're new. Did John say he'd been doing it for 23 years?
I think that's right.
So
I don't know how long is it? As long as I can remember.
24 more, and you can retire.
Right,
so
that's
no, but I'm sure. Again, and they have done a phenomenal job. And this question isn't saying that they haven't been, but are there new ideas on the horizon for new things for Henry County football? And again, I don't mean that as a we don't have any innovation. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just asking, is there anything that y'all guys can talk about that next year, here's what we would like to do. In 2 years, here's what we would like to do. Or what are the goals for y'all for 5 years out of how Henry County, the quarterback club will look and Henry County football will look?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in a lot of ways, they've laid a great foundation,
Sure.
as you mentioned. One of the things that we talked about maybe into next year is probably getting a gear store back
Okay.
in play. Selling some team gear on the sidelines.
I think one thing we talk about a lot of time, I feel like this off season, I don't know, we hit on it in June some, is just creating a fan experience again and creating that Henry County atmosphere that I was fortunate enough to grow up with and play in front of, and how do we keep that momentum going? And I think I will say I feel like the crowds have been great.
I was just
great
fixing to
this
ask
year.
Coach Summers what he thought about.
I think the community has stepped up in a big way to come out and really show up and support these guys. And I think that's when you have the amount of people showing up there, just when these guys walk out of the locker room and see a full Patriots stadium
Already in the stands.
That's a really cool thing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And the last 2 games we've had that back at when the warm-ups, they come out for warm-ups, there's people already in the stands, and that's super cool.
Yeah. And even now with, I've noticed from up in the booth when, of course, we talk about it all the time on the radio pregame show, but, I mean, it's been good crowds, I think, and people not in the stand, around the track, bringing their chairs and sitting in the the end of the end zone or wherever they can sit. I mean, it's a full, exciting place to be on a Friday night.
And I feel like for each home game, it feels like there's always been something extracurricular going on with, I know there was the Plus Endowment. I know we had the little cheerleaders. This week you got homecoming. Next week I know there's Halloween and things going on around that. And so there's a lot going on beyond just the football game itself now too, which I think is a really cool addition to it.
So, like I said, 2 more home games guaranteed. Hopefully, at least 3 more. Would be great if we had 5 more home games.
5 more would be phenomenal.
And so, again, that's, as long as the boys go out on Friday night and take care of business like they can, that will be the case. But you got this Friday night against the Kenwood Knights, big region game. Henry County looking to move to 4-0 in the region. Dixon, yeah, 4-0 in the region, and then Kirkwood on Halloween night, and then come playoffs, it's just whoever comes calling. You never know until the that's what I love about playoffs.
We were trying to get into hypotheticals. I know before this, of trying to figure out who could we possibly play, and it's like that's too much to try to figure out right now.
Well, I mean, you can look at the potential brackets and see things, but it seems like there was always, especially in the East, it seemed to happen more in the East. Well, I don't know. A lot of times somebody from our region would go over and upset whoever was the number one in Memphis. And so I think for the last couple of years, like all but one of the Memphis schools has been knocked out the first night of the playoffs. And so I say that to say that's the exciting thing about November football is you don't know going into that game until that game is over who you're going to be playing the next week, because you have to go look and say, okay, who won between these two schools? That's okay. We're either going there or, okay, here's who's coming to Henry County now. And I like I said, I love November football. It's fun. But still got 2 chances to get out to Patriot Stadium, support this squad, and probably 3 chances. But listen, don't use any excuse for not coming this week. Oh, I can go see them next week. Oh, no. Come on out, get your tickets, get in your chair early, watch the homecoming festivities, watch the seniors be recognized, because those guys have put in work for some of them 4 years. Some have been playing football since, Pop Warner days. A lot of them have been playing football since Pop Warner days. And so come out and see them be recognized and support the team.
Need a big crowd. Absolutely.
Got to go move it to the lightning round. Okay, just quick. First thing comes to the top of your head when you hear the question. We'll start with Ashton, go this way, then we'll mix it up. So Friday Night Lights or Saturday college football?
I feel like I gotta go Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
The Friday Night Lights. I was like, is he watching me hesitate? I was like, listen, there's something cool about going to a college football game, but I think when Henry County is done right, like we talk about all the time, I think about being able to grow up and like watching Marcellus Teague play and those guys play in those playoff games and how electric it was, and even how I talk about that semifinal game, how Northeast wasn't prepared, but going up and showing up and seeing Henry County just take over that place. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. And think about even walking to like the state championship games on Friday when the crowds are full. Yeah, that's the place to be. So Friday it's Friday nights.
All right, Coach.
Friday nights.
All right.
Yeah, getting to do both, it's definitely Friday nights.
Yeah.
It's nothing like getting to play with your friends that you grew up with, playing in front of the town, of everybody that you know. There's just something special about it.
So I didn't play, but I remember being little, and my aunt would take me and my cousins to the football games. I think I mentioned this before on a show, but there would be times when you would get, like, as we were coming in the gate or leaving after the game, and you kind of get caught up in the team as they were coming out, and just hearing that clack, 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 clack of cleats on the concrete, and being a little kid just looking up thinking these guys are just monsters about to go to war, and it was a cool experience. So I enjoy a good Friday night as well. So, Coach, best concession stand snack?
Hot dog.
I'm going to go nachos.
Okay.
Yeah, Brett doesn't even run the nachos when we have to work at second. Sometimes that's your spot.
I'm going to be more specific.
Okay.
Our basketball team hot dogs.
Okay.
They're
what's different about those?
They're you need to come to the game and try
I got to go to the basketball game and try the hot dog.
November 20th is the first home basketball game,
right.
too. Okay, go ahead.
If I'm in the concession stands, I'm typically grabbing a peanut M&Ms and a hot dog. So that's my go-to. Just keep it simple.
What's a fundraiser you'd like to try?
Oh, man.
Doesn't mean you have to do it. Just one that, like, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Gosh, that's a tough one, Jeremy.
I'm sorry.
We do so many already.
I know.
I'm trying to think of stuff we've talked about
what
doing.
Did we brainstorm
I was
about?
like, because we've obviously talked about different ways to raise more funds if we need them. I'm trying to think of some of the conversations we've had.
Well, I will say this: the tough thing about Henry County, and again, this isn't a knock on anybody, but you kind of get spoiled a little bit. Like, if you needed some money, all you had to do is say, "Hey, we could use some money," and you wouldn't even have to think about it.
Hey, I'll say this. This one came to my head right now. Alumni football game. Let me strap up again.
I'm down for
one more
flag.
time.
After the season is over, I hope.
Yeah, alumni football game would be entertaining. I'd probably tear a hamstring or something.
Have you ever seen an alumni football game?
It can be done, I'm sure.
Oh, it can.
And that's why this is fast.
There was a
round.
stint about 6 or 7 years ago where it kind of went around West Tennessee. I think.
I got messages about that one. I didn't end up coming to that one though. I was still in Arkansas at the time.
I do remember somebody tried to schedule, like, didn't something like that go around a little while ago that they were going to try to.
They brought gear in.
Yeah, I would have figured flag football would have been a lot better.
I think
for that
flag football would be a lot easier, but I think a flag football league kind of
that's a fun idea.
Get all the old heads out there.
Yeah, see who's still got it.
Let Steve sling the pigskin one more time.
Yeah,
one more time.
Yeah, about one's all you'd get.
What's a tradition you'll never change?
At Henry County?
Yeah.
I know Mr. Farmer is not going to be here for forever, but his announcing and Patriot pride personified as you walk out, I don't think you can ever change that.
Sure.
The Madrigals singing the national anthem.
Okay.
We haven't touched on this one, but one of the things that the quarterback club does is we give every outgoing senior, a Navy blazer during the Lions Club banquet. I think that's a great tradition. I think that started, Roger Veazey started that about 7 or 8 years ago. And we worked with Mr. Charles at the Toggery to put that together. And, every young gentleman needs a Navy blazer in their closet for any type of event. So I'm glad we get to do that. We need to keep that one going.
I wholeheartedly agree. That's one of my favorite things. And it, again, people don't mind giving to that to make that happen for those young men. And so I think Cade was one of the first classes to benefit from that. And like he still has his. I think it, unlike if I were to try to wear something from 5 years ago, it wouldn't fit that well, but his still fits, and he wears it all the time. And that Henry County patch inside.
And I
awesome.
think that's a cool sign too of like, hey guys, like we want to see you succeed beyond the football field at this point, and that's what this community is all about, is raising these, and that's what we want to be a part, is how do we help these young men grow to succeed beyond their football team. I hope the football experience sets them up well to go on. So it's a really cool send off.
Yep.
Last one, Ashton, what's your favorite Patriots football memory? I'll save you for last. Coach Summers, what's your favorite Patriots football memory?
First state championship.
Brett, you hadn't been here that long,
yeah.
So you got a couple though.
I'm just going to say, just getting involved with Patriot football. Yeah. It's been a great experience.
There's nothing like, and that's I'm not trying to toot my own horn or whatever, but I love the game and I love our school and our program so much that, like, that's why I wanted to make sure, when the opportunity came up, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. I love doing PA for Grove. I loved doing PA for basketball. When radio came open, I was like, I love doing radio because I like telling the folks of what's going on in Henry County. And I think my favorite memory will be some of those nights where, just sitting behind a microphone, broadcasting a game, because I love doing it. And I love the Patriots and So Ashton, favorite memory?
I mean, I know 2011 was a great one. That was part of that one. That was really fun. But obviously 2013, senior year, winning state championship. And I remember in 2012 we lost in the first round, and I think John brought it up on Facebook one day. I was like, "Why'd you have to bring that game up?" I was like, "But that game I felt like lit a fire under a lot of us who were juniors and going to be seniors next year, of just like, I don't want that taste in my mouth again."
Yeah.
And so I don't think we were really a team that people thought would be able to do that, and so I think that's what was really fun about 2013, is how we really came together as a team, and that was truly, I felt like a team win on that one. It took every bit of everybody and every bit of the coaches too, because that was just such a fun experience, and the way the town rallies around this team, and I know when you get the send off when you're driving off, and even when you're coming back in. Like we get back in 2 or 3 It was so late. We get back so early the next morning, and you just are welcomed by. I think we always said we want to take the state championship trophy to midfield, and there's frost on the ground, and everyone's just running out there, holding up that championship trophy at the 50-yard line on the grass. So it was really, really cool memory. I know.
Yep.
I don't know what your perspective is on it from then.
Oh, that was a very special year. I mean, it was, like I said. I don't think a lot of people gave us much of a chance to do what we did. And the way y'all worked and the way you played together was phenomenal.
What was really cool is I tell people 2011, I feel like modeled how to do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw how they did it and what it took for them. And think for me as coaches, after getting it the first time, it's like, you know what it takes. And so now how do we get there again? Yeah. And that's still the goal today.
Still goals. Hey, the goal doesn't change, right?
No.
I just real quick, circling back, I just thought of a really great fundraiser that kind of goes with the Henry County tradition. Now, I don't think they do it as much anymore, but I would pay $20 for first round of playoff Coach Summers to get a mohawk.
I love it.
I already got one.
No, I mean like the full
I
size.
got a natural one, Jeremy.
Yeah, they
That'd be who else is who's with? If you're out there watching, how much would you pay for
let's
Coach
ante up.
Steve
Let's
Summers to get a mohawk come playoff time?
I got all kinds of hats to wear, so shoot, that'd be good.
Yeah. You can't wear hats all November, though. That would be the deal.
You know how cold it gets in November.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on to talk about the program again. Again, I could sit here all day and talk about football and Henry County Patriot sports, and kind of the when I had an idea for this show, that's kind of what it was, and it's grown into other things, and that's great. I'm not complaining about that, but if I could just sit around and talk Henry County sports all day, I would. And so thank y'all for coming on. Thank you for the work you do. I know it's not easy, a lot behind the scenes that people don't realize, but know that it's appreciated, and you're appreciated, and a lot of good folks. Who else is on the quarterback club right now? Who are those members?
I feel like we're starting to even recruit a little more. I mean, I don't want to miss anybody's name out, but I know we've even I've had Sam Murphy. He's been huge. We were gonna have he couldn't make it tonight, and then Caleb Orr I think's jumping on with us a little bit.
Okay.
Jordan Elkins has been he was big on Jamboree, big help, and so I think there's opportunity for a lot of people. I mean, like I said, just if you're willing to jump in, and I think it's this is a giving community, and so people want to give back, and so there's always that opportunity to do so.
Yeah, Sam was supposed to be on. I had some photos of him too. I thought he was going to be on. Talk about he walked on at Ole Miss for the Rebels, and
you're just going to have him on separate. I'm telling him he's coming in by himself next time.
That's the deal now is, Sam, you got to come in just me and you. But anyway, no, I know it's a lot of hard work, and we appreciate everybody that's involved in it. Appreciate John and Andy and everything they've done the past however many years they've been involved, and Darren and Roger and the guys who taught them. That's what makes it what it is. But you guys stepping up, taking the torch, so to speak. I know we're in great hands, and I know Coach Summers would agree, and looking forward to more of your leadership and whatnot with the program and with the Booster Club and everything that y'all do. So
thanks, Jeremy.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for
very
having
much.
us on. We appreciate it.
You just have to, like I said, it's got to come back now. And
Yep.
I'm thinking about doing more of the shows like I did with just sitting down and just talking sports or whatever. That was fun, and these shows are all fun. I enjoy them all, but so y'all have to come on and have your sports topic ready to talk about, and we'll go from there.
I'll get mad and talk about Tennessee football right now. So
it wasn't like, I don't know. Brett, are you a Vol fan?
I am.
Okay, so I'm not a Vol fan. I'm an Ole Miss fan. Only Coach, before Coach Summers came in, we were all just a bunch of losers sitting around the table, and then Coach Summers came in with his Georgia Bulldogs, who knocked off the Rebs this weekend.
How's it feel?
Feels good. Feels good.
But,
we'll do a little clapping.
Guys, be sure to join us next week. Do want to say thank you again to all of our sponsors. Thanks Taters, All-Star Fence, The Peddler, TEC, Patriot Plumbing, Shelter Insurance, Eaton Construction, Tennessee Real Estate. We appreciate them bringing you the show each and every week. I want to say thank you to Kevin Keel and Scott Norwood in the back for keeping us on the air and the production. We appreciate them very much. Thanks to Mike Weatherford for letting us use the studio each and every week. Don't forget, next week, Alex Hayes with the Henry County Middle School Lady Patriots soccer squad will be on to talk about their state championship season. That's next Sunday at 7:30. So until then, as always, have a good night. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you next week.